Hello and welcome to Kara in Boston. It's been a very long time. I am sorry that I've been away. It's been kind of difficult with work and just getting kind of everything sorted. I see that my cyst looks even larger today than normal, and I have been sick. Just giving you a quick preface. I have been sick for a week. 1 week from today, I went home from work early, and I just was terrible. Hi, Harry. Harrison. I just had a terrible week. So anyway, we just went and saw Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I just want to come on and give my quick thoughts about this movie because I know a lot of people have been, I guess, really downplaying the movie. And I'll tell you, there are things not unlike this fourth one. There were parts that I liked. There were elements that I liked of the movie, moments that I really liked about the movie, but not like enough moments to really say I enjoyed the movie. Which I mean, I guess that might be a little confusing, but like Raiders of the Lost Ark, classic all day long. Watch it, just love it. And of course, the third movie is also just an amazing movie. Second, not so much. And the fourth, the skull is not so great. However, each movie has moments. So let's go that way. Now, Harrison Ford, love him though I do. I named my cat Indiana Jones. I named his successor Harrison. I mean, I do really, really love this character and Harrison Ford. This movie, I tell you, when they first, I'm trying not to give any spoilers. I won't talk about really anything that's not in the trailer, and I haven't seen the trailer in a while, but I know there are a few things. One, of course, he is CGI'd young, and this, like, oh man, when they took off that hood and there he was, I was like, wow. Now they didn't go like all the way back Indiana Young. So this was definitely somewhere in the middle between like movie 3 and 4. And I thought it was like I enjoyed it thoroughly. I was like, yes, yes, Harrison Ford, you're adorable. Now I know it wasn't perfect, but I tell you, I enjoyed it. I really did. And I wonder how far this technology is really going to put us into like future movies and doing sequels and flashbacks and things like that because I wasn't sitting there going, okay, come on, that's not Harrison Ford. Like I was in it. I was like, yes, this was filmed, 30 years ago. It's amazing. I love it. I didn't enjoy the bad guys. Let's just say like the the criminal element in this movie wasn't my favorite. I mean, of course, who likes the Nazis? Nobody. But that being said, there were so many holes. Like there's so many moments you're just like, didn't they just drive away like 5 minutes beforehand and now Indy's there already? And now they're just coming up like where'd they go? They stop and get gas, they go to In-N-Out Burger. I don't know, like what was going on, like why it took these guys so long. So and then also my son was watching with me and he just recently went to a concert, a Bonnaroo concert, and it's like this huge festival out in the woods. And he goes, there were times where I was looking for my friends, like I was trying to find them, and we were in this one confined space and couldn't find them. But these guys are traveling all over the world and miraculously, of course, end up in the exact spot at the exact moment to find these, over and over and over again. And it was getting a little bit like, oh my gosh. And of course, they have the big henchman guy who's like twice as big as anybody else and just kind of this big brute force. And so he was boring. He was like, I like characters with like, mind you, Raiders, there was some story to they had a story arc. There was some, so like I didn't like the characters necessarily because of course you're not supposed to because they're bad guys. However, I I was glad that they had a story just like in the third. They also, they had a story. There was a reason for them being there and a reason. Well, we didn't really know what these guys wanted to do with the Dial of Destiny until like the last it's one of those, here, let me stop and explain my evil plan. So there was one of those moments where it's like, oh, I should have shot you 8 different times in this movie. Like, I had a gun. I didn't need you anymore. Should have shot you and you and you and you, but didn't for whatever reason, or you got away over and over again. It was like, come on, these are not superhuman beings. It felt very much like I was watching some kind of a superhero movie where I was like, okay, I can barely walk down the street to work without going, "Oh, my knee, my back," and Indiana's climbing stuff, and I get it, he's Indiana Jones, that's his thing, but at least he admitted, like, "I hurt, and it's this is hard for me." So at least there was that. It wasn't like, "Yep, I'm 80 and I'm just gonna climb up this thing with no problem." So I do give him that, but there was definitely a few times I was like, why didn't you shoot them?" And then again, we didn't really get the full arc of like, what are you gonna do with it? What do you wanna do with this? I felt like with with other Indiana Jones, like I keep going back to Raiders because I love it. With Raiders, you kind of knew, okay, well, the Nazis want to get this arc because it has this supposed power, and they want to use it to like, they're gonna march into these cities and just annihilate people, and that they're gonna win the war. With this, we had really no idea until the last 10 minutes of the movie what the actual plan was, what this guy had in store for using this, the dial to win. So, that in itself was kind of like, I don't understand where this is going. I really, really, really wanted to like, the character that, Phoebe, Waller-Bridge played. I love her in Fleabag. She's definitely an actress I enjoy. Um, I don't know. I was indifferent. I didn't dislike her, but I can't say I really liked her. And then there was this kid with her. Again, I hopefully no spoilers, but this kid was like the amazing kid. He was like Houdini. Like, he could fly, he could drive a boat, he could drive a car, he could steal stuff, he could make, like, I mean, at one point I was thinking, what do they need the rest of these people for? This kid can just do it all. Like, why are you two even here? So he was just too awesome, I guess. I don't know if he was, I don't know. I'm not understanding that. Like, I wasn't even, I mean, I see, okay, there was a reason in the end for why he was there, because something happens and they needed him to be there, and I get that. But really, that was the only real thing that he was there for. So again, it's hard to give a review without giving spoilers. I'm so sorry, but I'm trying. So there was a purpose at some point, but I really feel like he was just there to be, a extra element. Like, it was it was almost like it was very similar to the second movie. There was a whole bug scene. There was like the girl and the kid and the adventure, and I got very bored. There was a chase scene that I got super bored with. I'm not big on chase scenes. Like, I feel like chase scenes in movies can really be literally cut down to a quarter of what they normally are. And it's like, I get it. You're running, they're chasing you, you're hitting stuff. You're miraculously getting through a city with no traffic. Nobody's in the road. Nobody gets hit. Like, it's amazing. Even in New York, I'm not gonna lie, like that, like the I think the most realistic scene in this is when the guy tries to back up and he hits a cab, and I was like, "Thank you," because that would actually happen, as opposed to, like a regular movie where you just like back up and keep going, and amazing, you get away and you get to the airport on time. But overall, I feel like my very favorite part was the very end. Again, I don't want to talk too much because I don't know what's in all of the trailers. I don't know who was all introduced in all the trailers, but I will say that I teared up at the end. Like, I got super like emotional at the end, and it was exactly what I needed. I'm assuming this is the last movie. I know that Harrison Ford does not want to, pass the gauntlet down to anybody. He feels like this was his character, and he doesn't have an intention of, anybody picking up the mantle and going on with it. So I have to say that the very last interaction in this movie was everything that I needed to close out these characters and this movie. And I thought that they addressed the Shia LaBeouf Mutt character in a really relevant way. I thought, oh, okay, totally makes sense. It was a good way to cut him out of the series, which we knew they were doing, without it having to be hokey or did not address it or it being some weird thing. I was like, oh, that could actually have happened. Like that whole thing was real, and him talking about that situation felt, I felt it. So bravo, Harrison Ford, bravo, Indiana Jones. Thank you for not making it as corny as the Crystal Skull, because frankly, I don't think I could have taken it. Will I go see this again? I may throw it on to watch the very first and the very last part of it just to like see young Indy again and to get that last moment that I was talking about in again, but I don't really see it's not a movie that I would watch over and over again as to enjoy. Although with that in mind, I was sitting in the very front row. I never sit in the very front row, but I wanted to switch to the nice cushy recliner seats for this movie. So there we go. All right, that is it. Those are my first thoughts on Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Let me know what you think when you see it. I'm very curious. I will try to come back with a full review. There may be some spoilers in that full review, but I will let you know ahead of time. In the meantime, I'm so glad to be back. It has been a very long time. I've missed you guys. I've got some news coming up about a very fun trip that I am doing. Got some conventions coming up, so I'm finally going to be doing some convention posts, and that is it. There's Harrison. Harrison, you want to say bye? Harry? No, okay. He's back there. He's waiting for me to play tag with him, so I gotta go. All right, thanks so much. If you are not already subscribed, please do so. Thumbs up. Hi, Harry. Don't forget to comment. All of the stuff really helps me. I know that I am a very, very, very tiny fish in a very, very big pond, but every little bit helps, and I appreciate you. So thanks so much. Have a great day, and maybe I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.